Hello again everyone, we have a special video for you today. As promised, I will be going through all the different palettes available online and showing you each different one where you can choose for yourself which one you like the best. Obviously we all will have our own opinions, but you're free to choose whichever one you like. The first palette of course is the original, which you get starting the game. And it's fairly simple. I'm just going to be using C1 to show you all. So there's the colors of the palettes. Fairly simple, fairly easy, and that's the one you start with. So going back, the very first palette you unlock, and again, the very first palette you unlock is Tulip, and switching to this palette will give you one of the achievements as soon as you basically obtain the palette. I think you get the palette as soon as you complete even set A. I'm not sure, I can't remember quite. I can't really remember, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, here's the colors for Tulip. A little bit darker colors than the original. A little bit clean. I don't really care much for the purple background myself, but if that's your thing, then by all means you're allowed to do that. So moving on, the next one is my personal favorite, Deep Space, just because it's very, not that one. It's very clean, and it's very easy to see what you're doing. So that's one I use for the majority of my videos. Fairly simple, fairly easy to use. I believe that one you unlock at 5, maybe? I think that's 5. But I think this next one, Tangerine, you unlock at 10. So let's go to Tangerine real quick and show you what this is. I don't really care for this because the colors clash a lot. The purple and orange and all that kind of stuff just feels weird to me, so I don't personally like that one. But again, it's all up to you. It's up to you which one you personally like. Here's Moonbase. This one's not bad. The color background's a little light for my taste, and the lines to contrast are very dark. They don't really mix well on top of each other, but still very good color palette. Easy to see what you're doing, so that's always a plus. Because when the color palettes, you don't want to be mixed up with trying to figure out what's what. Next one is Kind of Blue. I think Moonbase you unlock at 20, and then Kind of Blue when you unlock 40, I believe. It's been a long time, so don't quote me on any of these because I don't remember. The only thing I don't really care for about the Moonbase is the triangle line is basically light blue on top of the light blue. So that's kind of problematic, but it is what it is. Alright, so the next one you unlock at 60. I'm sure about that one. I know the final 6, I don't remember the first 6. So the 7th one you get is Stone and Focus, which you unlock at 60. Now let's just show you what that is real quick. Again, fairly decent. Easy to see what you're doing, so that's definitely a plus. And not really much clashing there, so it's just a good solid palette to use. And moving on, the next one is Smoking Room, which you get at 80. I think it was this one. No, it's actually not bad from the standpoint of the colors are a little bit weird. The diamond line and the background are not really colors that I particularly care for, but it's still something that is very clean. You can see what you're doing, so that's always a good plus. I think it's only really Tangerine and maybe Tulip that are kind of a little bit weird, trying to figure it out. But here's Velvet Ice. You get it at 100. So let's go take a quick look at what that is real quick. And again, not a terrible palette. I actually have not really used this one or seen much of it, but it is kind of nice. It's very clean again. Then there's Zombie after that one. Best Rental Lib with this one. It would have been one of my secondary choices, except for the fact that the triangle and the diamond line are very close to each other, and the square line does not work very well for me. So there's that. It's a little bit weird, a little bit clashy, but it's still something that you're free to use. Oh, by the way, Velvet Ice again you get at 100. Zombie you get at 125, and then this one Electro you get at 150. This one's a very, very nice dark background, but the problem that can turn off a lot of people with this one is the neon colors with the lines. Obviously it's very bright and you can see a lot of distinction between the different colors, so it's very easy to use from the standpoint of knowing what you're doing, but the neon colors and that kind of stuff can turn some people off to it. I think that would be probably another one that I personally care for. And then this final one is Paddle Pop. I don't really, again, if with the Paddle Pop, I wish all the text colors. I did it again. I wish the text colors were like the lighter, specifically the lighter one files, instead of being the white text, it would be the black text, especially with the Paddle Pop, because you kind of have to strain your eyes a little bit to see what you're doing. But at least the colors again are very neon. You can kind of you can definitely see what you're doing. But the white text on this lighter background just doesn't work. But anyways, there are all the palettes. Paddle Pop you unlock at 200, and is the final palette that you unlock. So there's all 12 for you guys. Original, Tulip, Deep Space, Tangerine, Moon Base, Kind of Blue, Stone Focus, Smoking Room, Velvet Ice, Zombie, Electro, and Paddle Pop. And my personal favorites are Deep Space, maybe Velvet Ice, and then probably Electro are the 3 favorites that I have, but definitely Deep Space is the one that I'm going to be using almost all the time. So there you go, there's all the palettes gone through as promised, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and can choose which one is your favorite. I'll see you next time.